Básico 1, Aula 26, Reading Passage, The Independence of Brazil. Hello, everyone.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Erica?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm very well. How was your day? Your day off?
My day off isn't off, isn't inside the house.
Okay, so it was just another regular day, right?
Yes.
Okay, so today we've got some new students. Hello, Yvonne.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm very well. How about you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
That's good. Why don't you introduce yourself to the rest of the class? Why don't you tell us where you are, okay, what you do, and then they will do the same. So we all get to know each other, right?
More or less, I don't understand.
Okay, let's do it different. Erika, why don't you introduce yourself to the new students? Tell them what you do, where you're from, and things like that, so they'll do the same.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Erica. I'm from São Paulo. I've studied English with teacher Roberto since May. I used to work in human research area.
Okay, got it?
Okay.
Yes? So Marcia,
Yes.
Hello, Marcia.
Hello, teacher. How are you?
I'm very well. There are some new students in class tonight, so why don't you say hello to them and introduce yourself?
I'm Marcia. I'm from Brazil, São Paulo, and I came from Malta for 2 months ago, and only.
Yeah, you forgot to say you are an architect. Okay.
Yes, I'm an architect.
Okay.
Only.
Only these.
Only.
That's good enough. Okay, Gislaine, why don't you do the same?
Hello, teacher. Hello, guys.
Hello.
My name is Gislaine, and I am from São Paulo city in Brazil. I am 40 years old and married. I have 2 kids and a dog. I am nutritionist.
That was important.
Yes. My cute dog is a Lhasa Apso, Calebrida.
Okay.
I am nutritionist. It's very difficult.
A nutritionist. It's perfect.
I am working in university as a teacher since 2000. I worked in nutrition courses. And
Courses, I see.
Courses. And I really like to teach.
Oh, so you are a professor. Yes, that's good. Okay. Now, Yvonne, how about yourself? Can you say something about you?
Okay. I am a lawyer.
Oh, one more.
Travelist lawyer.
Labor.
Labor.
Yes, labor.
Labor, no lawyer.
Yes. A labor lawyer. Labor.
Oh, okay. Labor lawyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Labor is specific for work. Labor.
Okay. and I am 58 years old,
Okay.
and I and my wife Eliane go to Malta probably in March 21.
Okay.
If the COVID permits.
By then, yes, I think it will be possible. Okay.
Okay. And I study English muito tempo atrás,
A long time
a
ago.
long time ago, a long time ago.
Yeah. Maybe by the time I was born.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And okay. Your wife is not here, is she?
Yes, it's here is Eliane.
I can't see her name here. Is she using the name user?
Okay.
I think she has to change the name. It's user.
Yes. Eliane, você tem que colocar o teu nome como Eliane.
It's okay. Oh, user. Can you tell us about you?
User.
User. Eliane. Hello.
She's mute.
She's mute. Oh, hi,
Microphone.
Regina.
Hi, teacher.
How are you? Good?
I'm fine. I'm fine. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. How was your long weekend? Was it good?
Yes, I stay home because the rain a lot.
Everybody.
Really?
Yes.
I see. Okay, that's not so good. So no tennis, huh?
No. My friends went to play in area closet.
Okay, in a closed
Indoor,
area. Indoor tennis. I see.
Indoor. But I stay home with my family.
I
Yes,
see. I see.
I prefer to stay home. No agglomeration.
Okay. Regina, why don't you
Hi.
introduce yourself to the new couple that is starting today?
Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, Eliane. Hi, Van. My name is Regina. I live in Florianópolis. I think that, okay. I live in Florianópolis. I started studying English in July with teacher Roberto. And now I am tired. But I am retired.
How could you be tired? You did nothing.
Retired.
Retired is good. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you're welcome, guys. Welcome.
Eliane, hello. Can you listen to me?
Hello. I am not English.
Come on, forget about that. Tell us your name. Tell us what you do. You can understand me. Come on.
I am Eliane.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. Where are you from?
Brasil. Lugar nenhum.
Nowhere. That's not possible. Where do you live?
No momento, Chapecó.
At the moment, Chapecó.
Oh, Santa Catarina.
That's in Santa Catarina too?
Yes.
Okay. So you got now 3 guys from Santa Catarina.
Yes,
Okay.
it's good. This is good.
Yes. All right. Well, guys, welcome to your first class. Okay. As today is Independence Day in Brazil. Okay. I thought there would be nobody here, but I prepared a lot of material for us to study. Okay. So what are we going to do? We are going to talk about the independence of Brazil, but in English. All right. So let me invert the order of the class today. We are not going to see any grammar thing or anything like that. We're just going to talk about the independence of Brazil. Okay, so if you have already printed the material, it's going to be on page 12. Okay, but I don't want you to look at the material. Okay, we'll come back to the beginning tomorrow. Today we are going to talk. Okay, let me share my screen. Share my screen. Brazil today, independence of Brazil, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I forgot to introduce myself for the new students, okay? My name is Roberto. I am a civil engineer, but I have worked as a teacher for, I think, about 40 years, okay? And at the moment, I don't live in Brazil. I grew up in the United States, then I moved to Brazil to find my soulmate. I got married, but I live in Italy, in the city of Turin, north of Italy, about 1 hour from France, from the French border, okay? And for the ones that are going to Malta, I'm sure you're going to love it. I love Malta, okay? I've been there several times. So that's it, that's me, okay? Well, anyway, can you see the picture there?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we have there Don John, and we have also Dom Pedro, who used to be the king of Brazil a long time ago, okay? Let's understand a little bit about the Brazilian independence. I don't want you to look at the passage. If you have the passage, keep it, okay? Don't look at it. I just want you to listen to the passage. And after we will look, discuss, talk about, and blah, blah, blah. All right?
All right.
All right.
Just listen. If you just understand one word, Brazil, that's good. Okay, no problem.
Day, the independence of Brazil. Varied works. The events leading to Brazil's independence started in Europe. Emperor Napoleon of France invaded Portugal and Spain in 1807 and 1808. The Portuguese rulers fled from Lisbon, Portugal, to Brazil. Brazil was a Portuguese colony in the New World. The Spanish monarch was captured and temporarily imprisoned. All of Spain's colonies in the New World were on their own. Though the colonies officially belonged to Spain, they did not want the king always looking over their shoulders and managing their affairs. The colonists wanted much more freedom from Spain. They began to see the imprisonment of their monarch as a chance to gain independence. Latin Americans started to rise up against the lingering signs of Spanish power. Spain was determined to hold on to its New World colonies. The two sides fought many bloody battles in Central and South America. Spain's colonies fought a long, hard war for independence. In Brazil, it was different. The colony became independent more peacefully. Prince John VI, the future Portuguese monarch, escaped Napoleon and moved to Brazil. The colony became the seat of the Grand Portuguese Empire that covered parts of Africa, India, and Brazil. The future king of Portugal stayed in Brazil for 13 years. He grew attached to Brazilians and the colony. Brazilians did not feel removed from the Portuguese government. Instead, they felt that the prince brought status and glory to their colony. Indeed, in 1815, John VI announced that Brazil would be a kingdom, on equal footing in the Portuguese Empire with the Kingdom of Portugal itself. John VI became King of Brazil, but he had to agree to rule from Portugal. John VI's form of government was a constitutional monarchy. The Constitution protected the rights of the people, just as the U.S. Constitution protects U.S. citizens. But unlike the U.S., Brazil still had a monarch. When John VI sailed for Portugal, his 23-year-old son, Pedro, remained in Brazil. In the meantime, the rest of Latin America was fighting bloody wars for independence. The territory once held by Spain split into many different groups. These groups fought each other. The map of South America used to be two big territories. It was divided between the colonies of Spain and the one colony of Portugal, Brazil. Today the many different countries on the South American map remind us of the divisions within Latin America. All of the different boundaries were established through wars for independence, except for the case of Brazil. Brazil stayed intact as one country, just as it had been one territory. Pedro realized that Brazil's people wanted independence, although they were not yet revolting. But the government in Portugal was worried that Pedro favored the Brazilians too much. Pedro's father ordered him to come back to Portugal. Instead, he disobeyed his father and remained in Brazil. He is supposed to have simply declared, "I remain." After his decision to stay, Pedro announced that Brazil would be independent from Portugal. Today, Brazilians celebrate this moment in history with I Remain Day, similar to our 4th of July. Pedro's stance let Brazil gain freedom without fighting.
All right. How was it? Was it difficult, impossible to understand, or you understood the word Brazil and Pedro? How was it?
I don't
So,
understand anything.
You didn't understand anything, not even
Yeah.
Brazil, Pedro? No? Eliane, how was it? Impossible? Okay? So, nothing? No? Okay. Regina, how was it?
Oh, me too, teacher. I understand a few words because his story is now for all, but the words is difficult for me.
Okay. All right. How about you, Erica?
I understand the context of the test.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, would you say that the independence of Brazil was a peaceful one or a bloody one?
No, peaceful one.
Okay. On the contrary
On
of
the
all
contrary of the Latin America.
American, exactly. All the countries that belonged to Spain, they got their independence through war. But Brazil, no. Okay, we are always peace and love. Okay, so
Yes.
our independence, yes, we haven't changed anything since independence. Okay, we are still peaceful. Yes. All right. Ghislaine, how was it for you?
Teacher, more or less, I don't understand full, but it's context.
You got the idea, an idea of the context, yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Marcia, how about you?
Me too, more or less. When I when you sent me, I study.
Uh-huh.
I read in the looking for the words in the tissue, and
Okay.
but is not clear.
When you listen. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm going to show you the passage. Now you can see the passage at the screen, right?
Right.
Okay.
And as you know, I'm going to play it again, so you have a second chance to listen. Okay? There we go. And you can see.
Brazil today, the independence of Brazil. Farid works. The events leading to Brazil's independence started in Europe. Emperor Napoleon of France invaded Portugal and Spain in 1807 and 1808. The Portuguese rulers fled from Lisbon, Portugal, to Brazil. Brazil was a Portuguese colony in the New World. The Spanish monarch was captured and temporarily imprisoned. All of Spain's colonies in the New World were on their own. Though the colonies officially belonged to Spain, they did not want the king always looking over their shoulders and managing their affairs. The colonists wanted much more freedom from Spain. They began to see the imprisonment of their monarch as a chance to gain independence. Latin Americans started to rise up against the lingering signs of Spanish power. Spain was determined to hold on to its New World colonies. The two sides fought many bloody battles in Central and South America. Spain's colonies fought a long, hard war for independence. In Brazil, it was different. The colony became independent more peacefully. Prince John VI, the future Portuguese monarch, escaped Napoleon and moved to Brazil. The colony became the seat of the Grand Portuguese Empire that covered parts of Africa, India, and Brazil. The future King of Portugal stayed in Brazil for 13 years. He grew attached to Brazilians in the colony. Brazilians did not feel removed from the Portuguese government. Instead, they felt that the prince brought status and glory to their colony. Indeed, in 1815, John VI announced that Brazil would be a kingdom, on equal footing in the Portuguese Empire with the Kingdom of Portugal itself. John VI became King of Brazil, but he had to agree to rule from Portugal. John VI's form of government was a constitutional monarchy. The Constitution protected the rights of the people, just as the U.S. Constitution protects U.S. citizens. But unlike the U.S., Brazil still had a monarch. When John VI sailed for Portugal, his 23-year-old son, Pedro, remained in Brazil. In the meantime, the rest of Latin America was fighting bloody wars for independence. The territory once held by Spain split into many different groups. These groups fought each other. The map of South America used to be two big territories. It was divided between the colonies of Spain and the one colony of Portugal, Brazil. Today the many different countries on the South American map remind us of the divisions within Latin America. All of the different boundaries were established through wars for independence, except for the case of Brazil. Brazil stayed intact as one country, just as it had been one territory. Pedro realized that Brazil's people wanted independence, although they were not yet revolting. But the government in Portugal was worried that Pedro favored the Brazilians too much. Pedro's father ordered him to come back to Portugal. Instead, he disobeyed his father and remained in Brazil. He is supposed to have simply declared, "I remain." After his decision to stay, Pedro announced that Brazil would be independent from Portugal. Today, Brazilians celebrate this moment in history with I Remain Day, similar to our 4th of July. Pedro's stance let Brazil gain freedom without fighting.
Okay, was it easier now or no? Still difficult.
Better.
Thing.
Yes, more good.
It's better now, Ghislaine?
Yes, it's better now.
Ivan, was it possible to get an idea now? I don't know where. Oh, Ivan, are you listening to me?
Yes, I listen you.
Okay, was it a little bit better or it's still difficult?
A little bit better.
Okay,
When,
okay.
When
reading.
the remaining day.
Yeah, the remain day, yes.
The remain day.
Now the people that I remain. Eliane, yeah. How was it? Was it okay? A little bit? Or still bad? So is very good. So is very good. Yes, that's fantastic. All right. So anyway, what are we doing now? Now we are going to read these and discuss all the words that you are not familiar with. We are going to talk about vocabulary and blah, blah, blah. All right. Okay. So as usual, Erica, could you start reading? Could you read the first paragraph?
Yes. The events leading to Brazil's independence started in Europe. Emperor Napoleon of France invaded Portugal and Spain in 1807 and 1808. The Portuguese rulers fled from Lisbon, Portugal to Brazil. Brazil was a Portuguese colony in the New World. The Spanish monarch was captured and temporarily imprisoned.
Imprisoned. Okay.
Imprisoned.
Okay. All right. Is there any vocabulary word? Is there any word that you're not familiar with in this part?
Rulers fled.
Teacher, rulers fled. Yes,
Oh, the same question. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. The Portuguese rulers, that means the kings, the monarchy, that they rule Portugal. Understand? So they are called the rulers. So we can consider the Portuguese rulers like the king, the queen, okay, the prince. They were the rulers of Portugal. Fled is the past tense of the verb to flee. The verb is to flee. Past tense, fled. That is the same of to escape. Okay? When Napoleon started invading Portugal, they were on sailing to Brazil, escaping to Brazil, understand? So they fled Portugal. But the same did not happen with the Spanish king. The Spanish king was captured by Napoleon's troop and he went to prison. He was imprisoned, okay? But the rulers of Portugal, no, they came to Brazil, okay? Another question about this part, Ivan, Eliane.
Sorry?
Any question? Any question? You can ask me any question you have about vocabulary, pronunciation, whatever. The first paragraph only. Eliane said no problem. No problem, no question? Or you don't understand? There are three options. No questions, no problem, or I don't understand. What's the case?
Não sei falar.
I don't understand.
I don't understand, yes.
I don't understand.
You don't understand anything here? Nothing? Zero? Your comprehension is like 0, 10%, 20%?
Como é que eu vou falar? Eu sei, eu consigo, se eu ler, eu entendo pouquinho.
That's good. But so you can
acompanhar.
understand. You can understand this.
Mas eu não sei falar inglês, ler inglês.
That's another story, okay? Think about a baby. A baby, do you know a baby? Okay, when you talk to a baby, when you talk to your dog, when you talk to your baby, they respond, but they don't speak. So first you need to understand, okay? After you will speak. Oh, imagine a baby. You know what's a baby? Okay, you tell the baby, send a kiss to grandpa, and the baby goes, wah, wah, wah. But the baby does not speak, but he can understand. So if you can understand, that's the first step. Speaking comes after that. Babies only start speaking after 1 year, 1.5 years. Some babies 2 years, but they can understand. If you say, come here, come with mommy, come with daddy, they will come. They respond, they understand, but they don't speak, right?
Right.
So first, you need to understand. If you understand, after, you are going to speak, okay?
Okay.
You see, easy, right? A walk in the park, okay? All right, let's continue. Ghislaine, can you read the second paragraph for us, please?
Okay, teacher. A lot of Spain's colonies in the New World were on their own.
On their own.
Thought the colonies
on their
Thought
own. Though
on their though
the colonies
though
the colonies officially
colonies officially belonged to Spain. They did not want the king always looking over their shoulders and managing their affairs. The colonists wanted much more freedom from Spain. They began to see the imprisonment.
Okay, imprisonment of their monarch.
Imprisonment of the monarch as a chance to gain independence. Latin Americans started to rise up against the lingering signs of Spanish power. Lingering signs of Spanish power.
Good.
Spain was determined to hold on to its New World colonies. The two sides fought. The two sides fought many battles. In Central and
South America.
South America.
South America.
Spain's colonies fought a long, hard war for independence.
Okay. Any question about this part?
Lingering.
The connections against the, the interaction, the connections between the colonies and the Spanish power. Okay. Don't worry, Eliane and Ivan. If you don't want to read, you don't have to read, okay?
I can read.
Oh, okay.
I was disconnected.
Ah, okay. Yes. Okay. Any question? Any other question about this paragraph?
I don't have questions. No.
Okay. You see, Ghislaine, I have already mentioned here, and I'm going to mention again. You see, when you see a big word like this, sometimes it's difficult to read. You think, oh my gosh, what is prison? Okay, all the big words in English, okay, all, without exception, they have been formed by adding a prefix or a suffix to it. Like in this case, we have the word prison, okay? Prison. This is called the root of the word, the main part of the word. Im is a prefix and ment is a suffix. So when you are going to pronounce, you can always, let's say, stop at the prefix and the suffix. So it makes it easier for you to read it, like imprisonment. You see? When you try to read it all together, like imprisonment, okay, it makes it more difficult. The word is imprisonment. Imprisonment. Yes. Imprisonment. Yes.
Imprisonment.
You see, it's easier. Imprisonment. Okay?
Okay.
That means in jail. Oh, behind bars, okay? All right.
Okay, okay. All right.
Very
It's
good,
learning.
Eliane. Okay, any question, any other question about this? Understand the part, the two sides fought many bloody battles in Central and South America. Understand this part or no?
Yes.
Okay, okay for everyone. Marcia, Gislaine, Erica.
Okay.
All
Me too.
right. All right, good, good. Marcia,
Yes.
can you read the next part, please?
Okay. In Brazil, it was different. The colony became independent more peacefully.
Yes. Oh, peacefully.
Peacefully.
Yes, I have peacefully. Two suffixes.
Peacefully.
Yes, peacefully.
Peacefully. Prince John VI.
Prince John the Sixth. We always say John the Sixth. Okay.
John V6.
Yes, like it's like if you had a definite article, John the Sixth. Okay.
V6. Okay. The future Portuguese monarch escaped Napoleon. Escaped Napoleon was moved to Brazil. The colony became the seat of the Grand Portuguese Empire that covered parts of Africa, India, and Brazil. The future king of Portugal stayed in Brazil for 13 years.
13
years. He grew attached to Brazilians in the colony. Brazilians did not feel removed from the Portuguese government. Instead, they felt that the prince brought status and glory to their colony. Indeed, in 1815, John VI announced that Brazil would be a kingdom on equal footing in the Portuguese Empire with the Kingdom of Portuguese itself.
Okay, very good. Any question about this?
Equal footing.
It means in equal conditions, same conditions. Okay?
Okay.
Any question, Ivan, Regina, Gislaine, Márcia, Eliane? Any word, anything you don't understand, you're not familiar with?
No, no, teacher.
Okay. Ivan, that's your chance. Let's read the next part.
Okay.
John the Sixth.
John the Sixth became king of Brazil, but he had to agree to rule from Portugal. John the Sixth form of government was a constitutional monarchy. The Constitution protects the rights of the people, just as the U.S. Constitution protects U.S. citizens. But unlike the U.S., Brazil still had
the U.S. It's not
Brazil,
us.
Okay. U.S. Brazil still had a monarch. When John VI sailed for Portugal, his 23 years old son, Pedro, remained in Brazil.
Very good reading. You see? Yes, excellent. Only one observation. If you look here, and this is a difficult point for Brazilians. All right, guys, the same old problem. His 23-year-old son.
Yes.
Okay, Marcia, the old problem. You see, Ivan, what happens here? When you say, for example, I am 58 years old, all right?
All right.
Then you say 58 years old, okay? But if I want to say more, like in your case, I'm a labor. Let me move the page a little bit. I can't see what I'm a labor lawyer, right?
All right.
You see, if I want to join the two sentences, I can say, for example, Ivan is a 58 hyphen year hyphen old labor. If you write labor or labor is the same word. In England, they write like this, labor.
Okay.
Okay? In the United States, they write like this. Okay? Labor, lawyer. In England, they say attorney. Attorney and lawyer is the same. Okay? England, they are complicated. Sometimes they say barrister. Okay? Everything is a lawyer. Okay?
Okay.
Observe that. What happened here, Ivan and everybody else? In this case, 58-year-old became an adjective to a lawyer. And adjectives in English, adjectives, have no plural. Understand?
Yes, I understand.
So that's why you have to say, I'm a 58-year-old. And that's very difficult for Brazilians because when you say 58 year, no, 58 years. No, because in this case, it's an adjective. And adjectives in English, they never have a plural. So you are a 58-year-old labor lawyer or attorney or barrister, okay?
Okay.
All right? Okay, understand this, Eliane, Marcia, Erica,
Yes,
everyone else?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Who hasn't read yet? Regina, have you read?
No.
Come on, my dear. I'll give you the next part.
In the meantime, the rest of Latin America was fighting blood wars for independence.
Bloody war.
Bloody. Fighting bloody wars.
Wars for independence.
Wars. Into many different. Hello?
Oh, okay. We couldn't listen to you.
My internet is unstable.
Unstable. Okay, go back to the beginning. That's the problem with Santa Catarina, okay?
Yes.
Chuva.
It's the rainy day here.
It's raining. Yeah.
Rain, strong raining.
Okay. When it's raining. Yes, okay. When it's raining very hard, you say it is raining. Cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs, okay.
That's the expression in English, okay?
Okay, yes. It's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Cats and dogs. Okay. Okay, Regina, throw away the cats and the dogs and continue reading. The territory was held.
The territory was held by Spain split into many different groups. These groups fought each other. The map of South America used to be two big territories. It was divided.
You were right.
Divided between the colonies of Spain and the one colony of Portugal, Brazil. Today, the many different countries on the South American map remind us of the division within Latin America. All of the different boundaries were established established through wars for independence, except for the case of Brazil. Brazil stayed intact as one country, just as it had been one territory.
Very good, Regina. Any question about this part?
Teacher, is split the same of divided?
Yes, just like a banana split, you know?
Okay.
Yes. Have you ever stopped to think about? They split.
No.
Okay, they split the banana in the middle and they put one part of the banana in one side, the other part on the other side, and in the middle they put 3 scoops of gelato, my favorite. Yes. If one day you go into an ice cream shop and ask for a sundae and they bring the entire banana, you can say, this is not a banana split. I want a banana split. So you need to split the banana in the middle. Understand? That's why it's a split. So I don't know if you guys remember from your history class when you were children at school, but there was the Tordesillas Treaty that divided South America into the Spanish side and the Portuguese side. Understand? And Brazil was the only country in the Portuguese side. That's why on the other side, okay, they had many bloody battles for independence. In Brazil, no, peace and love forever. Yeah,
Peace and love.
yes. The Portuguese kings were especially in love with the black women in Brazil. Understand? They were having a good time. So, okay, I want to stay here. Okay, the women in Portugal are not very nice. Okay. And no bloody wars, okay? Only love, okay? Any other question about this part or no?
Establishment.
To establish.
Established.
Yes, when this is very similar to Portuguese, when you establish something.
Oh, okay.
Like the Tordesillas Treaty established that the left side was from Spain, the right side was for Portugal, okay? To establish. Okay. Any other question or no?
No.
Okay. We have, you see, there is only one more paragraph to finish. Eliane, would you like to read or no?
No.
Okay. Thank you for being very honest, okay? I appreciate your honesty. So I'm going to read it for you so we can finish this. Hitler realized that Brazil's people wanted independence, although they were not yet revolting. But the government in Portugal was worried that Pedro favored the Brazilians too much. Pedro's father ordered him to come back to Portugal. Instead, he disobeyed his father and remained in Brazil. He's supposed to have simply decided, I remain. After his decision to stay, Pedro announced that Brazil would be independent from the Portugal on the edges of the Ipiranga River in São Paulo. Today, Brazilians celebrate this moment in history with I Remain Day, similar to our 4th of July. Pedro's stance let Brazil gain freedom without fighting. Okay? Any question about this?
No.
That means his decision to stay here, not to go back. Understand?
Okay.
All right. We have finished, and I think the rain has cut the internet of Yvonne and his wife, Eliane, okay? But anyway, there is a reading comprehension for you, as usual, okay? So if you have time, you can try to read it. Oh, a cat just got your internet, huh? Yes, it must have been a big fat cat, okay? Anyway, you see, you came back, but we finished. I read the part for you, okay? Well, anyway, I'd like you to take a look at these, study these. There is a comprehension, right here, a reading comprehension. So if you have time, try to do the comprehension for tomorrow. And then we will just check the comprehension and then we'll go to the beginning of the class. Just wanted to anticipate the beginning of the class, okay? In this class, we are going to talk about the use of some or any and review the use of the definite article they or these sometimes, all right? Thank you very much for watching my class. It was a pleasure to have you here. And I hope to see you tomorrow at the same time again, all right?
All right, teacher.
See you.
See you.
Right, teacher.
See you later. Bye-bye, guys.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you, Eva and Eliane, okay?
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Nice
Bye-bye.
to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.